Can anybody do me a favor and check if there is a screen here? Because on my side there is, but I just want to know if it is for you guys too on that side. Just want to be sure that YouTube works this time. It's all good for you guys so too, because then I can record it. You can rewatch it if it's needed. Okay. So we have about 6 minutes, 5 minutes, oh, 7 minutes until we have a range. So let's take. So anybody that wants to take a drink, now is the good time. For the next 6 minutes, we still have patience, anyways. I got about 6 spots left, and then we are with 30 humans that want to join. Once it's full, I'll get started, and everybody will get some information about it. So if it works for me, okay. Thanks for watching, for sharing. I'm gonna go quick to the bathroom. I still have about 5 minutes, so be back. If anybody has a question, just drop them. I'll be here soon. Okay, I'm back. If I see that we do go lower, I believe filling up this daily gap would be very normal. If we trade lower, that means that we need to take profits a bit sooner again because the bias is still up and not down for the overall. Does not mean that I won't short, of course. If I get the opportunity, we will take it lower. I will let the market decide which thing we go to, and we will just follow along. Now, I am creating something. Well, okay, wow, let me give you a sneak peek while I'm here anyways. We've still got about 2 to 3 minutes, and afterwards we still have 5 extra, so I'm still working on it. It's not completely finished, but maybe I can give you a pre-hint from how this works. So I know a lot of you want to know how to add. I hope you can see this. Yeah, great. How to add to trade. So we have a few ways that you can add to trades. So the reason why I'm sharing this is because I find it important that you all exactly do that. You have 2 ways to do this, and the way you want to do it is your own choice. You will start out by the second way normally and end with the first way, but we can do it. So say that we take a pre-orb trade and actually we trade lower to it. That means that we actually have like 1 hour risk, and this is the profit factor about 2.5 hours. So we take our ARP range, it breaks to the downside, 5-minute candle close, and then we trade lower to it. This is a 15-minute candle, by the way, so these candles are 15 minutes, so we broke inside this 15 minutes, so this is why my entry is a little bit higher, if it looks like it's higher than the candle itself. Now, for our second entry, actually, to add to this, we can be patient and see until we retest into a 15-minute fair value gap and then continue with the market lower. You then immediately enter actually when it enters this 15-minute fair value gap. So that would have been that blue candle that shows it way up instead of the black one. You can actually choose to take it halfway top or at the bottom. I would suggest to take the bottom to start with and put your stop exactly at the same price, at the same height, or at the last liquidity grab. So that would have been that wick actually, but because we're still in it, you cannot put it there yet. So you have to put it exactly at the same height. But then when you enter it, you can only enter with the half of the amount that you actually done it the first time. So say that you entered the 1 risk 1 hour and you had like 4 contracts. That means that you can only enter with a half hour, so 2 contracts. But you have to measure it from your stop. So that means the stop goes up and that can only be a half hour. So it will actually be a little bit less than the full hour of a half hour because here the entry is a bit lower. So that means the stop is a bit wider. You will get the hang of it once you do this. So if we took the same trade, that means instead of making 2.5, we actually made 3.75 for that same trade that we're taking down. So this is actually why I find this very important that we can learn this together, so that you actually, once you trade back up and you continue the way lower, that you actually have the same trades, same entry almost, and you actually make 3.7 instead of only 2.5, with only a risk of 1.5 R, of course, then. But once you see that the market goes against you and it would re-enter, you should actually cancel that trade too. that will be added to this files later. Now, the second way that you can enter it is now how I'm learning you all for the starting with, because I find this for the brain easier to adapt to. So same entry or break, we go down 1 hour risk. This is not adjusted yet, so this needs to be changed. I'm still working on these files. So what do? We do enter again on the same level. We have a 50 minutes for value gap. We wait until we have the retests, but instead of entering on the retests, we only enter when it breaks the low again. So once we break the blue candle's body with a body close under it, then we can enter it. Now, we do need to enter that with, again, a full risk. So that means that you actually have a full R entering again. The profit taking stays the same as you pre-handed it on the first one. So this will be less R that you collected, but more security. With your first target already being completely in profit because our entry is down here. And then you can adjust your stop from the first one to the last liquidity grab. So this one would be 0 R risk, and this would be again a full R risk with a small profit taking, but more security that we actually immediately go to RTP. Those are the two ways that you actually can add to trades. I will explain this a few times so all of you will get this in time. So we have 9 minutes. That means that we should have a break soon. That was just in time. The thing is, we have for value gaps inside, so it will go to completely the high. 18 seconds. If I enter a short, will be half risk. I will add the rest to it. Being always cautious when we're shorting this market, because we want to take longs and no shorts. Okay, so that was a close. I believe 3 will do. It will be 2. I will decrease 1. First TP would be exactly that daily low. If we can go up a little bit lower, maybe even the bottom of this value gap that's down here. If we sweep this, there's a big possibility that we will have a very strong push up again. So I made a short or broke to the downside. Off risk because of your shorting. I wanted long actually this one instead of shorting. So the good thing is this is recorded, people. So anybody that wants to rewatch what I explained how to add, you can. So this would be a great example actually to do this, because we have also 15-minute value gap inside this orb range that we're now creating. if the market decides to go up, I'll probably re-enter it too, so that we can actually follow up. But that will be after 9 o'clock, once I see a sweep of one of the time-based zones. Excuse me. Because here we swept actually some liquidity, not all of it. I don't want to see it too fast moving further back up again. I do prefer a little bit lower to that previous daily low before continuing higher. This is why I actually also entered the half risk for here. Now all we can do is be patient, of course. For anybody that still wants to join, we still got, I believe, 5 more spots left. And then it's done. If it's not done by the end of the week, I believe I will just close it too, so that we can get started. Okay, this is a strong reaction. We did not close it bullish yet, so I want to be patient. I know the reason why you all joined is because I add to my trades. I first wanted to learn you all how to maintain trades so that you feel more secure in the trades that you take. And I believe by halfway this week, I will start showing you all again how to add to the trades. I found it important to also learn you this, so that we can add again to our winning trades to make more profits. Because that's the best formula that you can have, is to make big winnings and small not winnings. The reason why my stop is all the way up there is because we have here a 5-minute for value gap. You can actually retrace to this. And next 2 minutes and a half, I do want us to see us, prefer to see us go lower here. Now this is something actually I don't want to see. That was a very strong push after a bullish 1 minute value gap. I believe if we go above here, I will just decrease the contract and re-enter it when it's needed. Because we did take some liquidity from the left side here. No close yet. I'm taking one off here. This is too strong. If we go back under here and we tap under our, I will enter the full position then I'm know for sure that we go down. Now I'm watching how we react on this 1 minute for value gap here. If we breach through this and we flush all the way under it, that is actually what I want to see. As long as I don't see this is a bullish structure now after a sweep of some form of liquidity.
Power of the words. Ons hebben het gevraagd.
Really? Veel? So now we came into that 1 minute for value gap. If we go above this one, we probably get stopped. So we will see in the next 5 to 7 minutes what will happen. You can actually all see I'm taking this on my fundeds also. So I treat every trade that I take as a normal trade. So I don't have difference between fundeds or evals or anything else. I just see it as a trade. Oh, we will close this gap anyway, so we maybe push up and the next 10 seconds down to close this gap. We never have a gap inside. Mhm.
Ja, ik weet waar het is. Van gisteren.
Wat daar nu niks aan doen. We moeten daar aan de andere kant van de plaats zitten.
Ja, dat is ook wel.
There goes our great weather in Belgium. It's raining again. I want to see the sun again. I do prefer 30 degrees or more in summer. So the next about 7 minutes will be a nice one to see. So we did actually create it of 15 minutes because of that other candle. And this is actually exactly how I explain it in my blueprints here. So the first one, once we come up to that 15-minute gap, you immediately enter and then follow long, short. The second thing that you can do is wait for a full body close, under, and then enter. So again, if we put it our stop at a 50%, you've seen that we would have gotten stopped out already. So every time we have a value gap inside, always use the highest wick or the one from the gap itself. Actually, I prefer the previous one to be higher, but this one has no wick on top, so we had to take the body itself.
Ik wil een dag toe gaan.
And if we watch the hourly, we can see that we're actually trading inside a box range again. So we're still trading sideways. Always remember that ORP is a continuation movement and not a ranging movement. But for now, just keep calm. Everything's okay. We followed the plan again, so we done everything we should do, managed our risk, even de-risked a little bit to make sure we even kept a little bit more. I believe that was 0.1 that we de-risked, but yeah, $40, so 0.2, yeah, 0.1 we de-risked. And now just let it be. Oh, nice. It's shiny in the UK. Did you pre-order or back test the 50% or stop? I took the 50%. And if there was, at the end, when there was a fair value gap inside, I just put it above the fair value gap. Because I saw also in my back testing, Leonea, that we actually were stopped out too much. So I don't use the 50%. I actually use, if there is a fair value gap, I take the high of the fair value gap. So it's not always the high of the orb or the low of the orb. It actually can be even outside my orb range. So in about 4 minutes, we will see what this does. But if we zoom out, we can actually see that we were moving sideways. So this is a sideways movement. This is actually one of the first things that you need to know as a trader. When you get in a market, you can actually see what the market is doing. So that you can also adjust your risk parameter to it, so that you know how much you want to give to the market, and that you feel comfortable by giving to the market too. This is why we leave our stops where they are. It's to get comfortable in just taking the trade and be done with it. Because if you add to trades, you will have to know this feeling and recognize it. Because when you're adding and the trades is actually coming to that 15-minute for value gap, just like a minute ago, if you want to take and add to that trade, you actually need to be comfortable taking that, because you will feel a little bit discomfort, because this goes exactly against the way that we want to trade. So we want to trade short, and this one comes up all the way to the fair value gap. So you will need to feel discomfort in the beginning, and you will get used to it, but it will give you some kind of feeling. And it's not always the most easy one to get over, but once you get used to it, you'll love it, because your profits will be so much bigger. Now, once we do get under here again, we close at the bottom, I will definitely add 2 more contracts to my trade. So this is the second one I'm teaching now. In a week or two, I will teach the other one too. Once we get 2 here, and then continue lower, I will teach them one by one, and then you can actually decide for yourself which one that suits you best for the beginning. I believe the second one will suit you better for to start with, but I'm not the one that can choose for you. You will have to be the one that does that for yourself. And before you trade ever, please, you have to make sure that you have a max giveaway to the market. So that means that you need to know how much are you're willing to give to the market. For me, that's two. But some people, or some humans, do not even have any risk managers. But actually, this is actually a must, people. You need to know how much are you want to be giving to the markets before you enter any trades, because this is where you will be able to make sure that you stay in a good risk management. If you don't know it yet, write it down. I would say right now, you have a piece of paper beside you, write down how much are your maximum want to give to the market. And to start with, to make sure that you can actually keep your promises to yourself, go to your risk settings, set how much profit and how much risk, and automatically apply. No, not that one. Here, daily PDLL limit. Put this one in and set liquid and block. Or I save it, so that you actually make sure that you keep you to your own promises. Just for the beginning, once you get used to it, you will be able to let go of it, but you need to do this for the beginning for yourself. If you cannot stop yourself from trading, it will just help you get over it. After a while, your brain will get used to it, and it says, okay, this will happen automatically, and then you can let go of it for a while and see if you can handle it too. Once you get a full control over your emotions, you will be able to handle it easy. So the next 13 minutes will show its hand. The countdown market open will be there. So if we don't drop lower in the next 13 minutes, I believe we will give the rest to the market. Even though this is a nice strong 5 minutes.
Algumas 18 minutos, maar regent het en dan is het weer regenwaarschuwing dat ze hier geven.
Het valt me niet, hè?
Oh, hè.
Dit neemt al 24 uur. Dat zit er dit.
The reason why I always zoom out is too because it gives more comfort this way. You actually hardly ever see me watch the minute candles, the 5. Okay, maybe I do watch those a few times, but I prefer not to watch this candle structure. I don't like watching it. For anybody that scalps, they love to watch the 1 minute, but it's not my thing. Oh, let's take a look if anybody has streams full. Okay. I am streaming it on YouTube, but if stream is full, people can somebody share a screen. It'd be much appreciated. Morning, Stall. So in the chat, you can see that I also always share it on my level, on my side too. So you can watch it on YouTube if you want to. Zeg de koers. CUR. Oh, U.
Also because
So not much movement. About 9 minutes we have open. We will see what London brings. If London sweeps pre-London session, and we do go a little bit lower, and then I see a strong reaction off of it, I'll probably close the trade before we hit our TP. It will depend on what action London gives us. The greatest movement would be if we can tap this 1 hour for value gap right here. And then get a strong reaction off of this one back to the upside. If we have a 15-minute ILM to the upside, and then a 5-minute for value gap inside, that would be a great entry spot. And then to target all-time high from here, that would be at least 100 points. 250 to 60, oh, that would be a great trade. So remember, Mondays and Tuesdays are most of the time manipulative ways. So that means that the downside is possible. Wednesdays are most of the times accumulation phases. On Thursdays and Fridays are distribution. So that means the way that we wanted to see it go. Those are the 3 phases that I actually most of the time see in the week. It's not always fully accurate, but it's something that you can keep on the backside of your mind. I will be keeping a watch out today for the charts. If I see a nice ILM and somewhere in the day itself, I'll post it. I'll make sure that you all can see it. It holds a lot of importance. New day open. So I want to see it actually get filled up completely. That would be the best way to see it, but it doesn't always do it. Sometimes it does a small part of it, not all of it. Sometimes it fills up completely. So Stahl, that's a very good question. So this is actually a important zone, but I wanted to see it actually close below this wick. That would even be better. That's why I also de-risked a bit. I wanted to see a sharp reaction immediately back down, and we did not. So we entered with 2. I de-risked 1 contract. And we can see that we actually were trading sideways for a few hours now, for 12 hours actually already. So not much movement in these first 12 hours. And ORP is a continuation movement and not a sideways. We tap now 1, 2, 3 times that 5-minute fair value gap, and this one actually doesn't hold that much value anymore. See if we close the 1 minute. So if we tape read the 1 minute, we came in, we took liquidity, we had a continuation, we created a fair value gap, we came in it, we have a continuation. This is a bit sideways with not many signs. Here we recreated actually equal lows here. And then again, now we have small fair value gaps here. So let's see what this next few candles do. The only thing we did miss on this sweep here is that we didn't sweep any a higher time frame liquidity. If we did, this actually would have been a bullish reaction off of that. But still, giving a half hour is more than a good risk management. When the trade goes directly okay and we see it go below our entry point, I will enter again with 2 contracts. So then we have 3. That's almost a full hour. If we then can continue back down to the place of previous low, then it's perfectly possible that we get at least an hour, a bit more than an hour here. I believe 1.2, 1.3, something like that will be. Forty, 2x40, Now all we can do is be patient. What market open will do. I hope the main thing that you guys can see is that we are actually going this movement. It's a bit bigger range at this time, but it's still not actually expanding on any direction. It is important to see this. If you have any emotions and you don't feel comfort in this trade at this point, write down why. I know I repeat myself a lot, but these are the main things that you actually need to figure out for yourself. I can show you what's happening, but you need to recognize it yourself. So 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. This will be market open. So this hourly does not really look that bearish. We actually came, we sweep some liquidity. We didn't sweep everything, so I would have preferred to sweep this one. That would have been perfect. And if you also feel any discomfort, let me know what kind of feelings that you get at this point, because it's important that you see it for yourself and then just can let it go, because we're actually in a trade, so we can't do anything. We just need to be. My cat just woke up and she's like very much in dreamland still. Allemaal hun. Ja. Meditatie jullie dan wel. She meditates every morning, so she does an hour meditation every morning. So she has a strong willpower. But normally she does it outside, but today I said she can do it inside. And I'm actually happy that I said that because it was not raining back then. So we'd be soaking wet now. So here's that last small tap of that 1 minute. So this is a 1 minute now here. I still was showing. So until it's completely filled up, it still is possible to tap it one more time. So the next 2 minutes, we will see what it wants to do. If it wants to continue lower, it should maximum go up to the high of this fair value gap and then drop fast. If not, then it will probably go in these fair value gaps just on the left side that I'm showing now. I believe we will get stopped out now. So now this 1 minute is completely filled. So now this is a very important part. So here we can see it's now filled completely to the wicks. So the next 20 seconds, I want to see what we react to. So or it will be this, or we have a huge decrease in this candle. So a huge bearish candle again. So if we want to see bearish, these last 30 seconds need to close under here. Now we always need to be patient until the candle is closed to know exactly what's going to happen. Because now it looked like in the beginning it was going to go under it, and actually it did not close under this candle yet, so this fair value gap still hold that was created. I did remember that somebody was speaking. Oh, that was at 10 o'clock, so 1 per hour. Swiss foreign currency reserve. It's more than they predicted. I'm a bit more quiet today. I'm just watching the charts, actually watching how these candles print. Because they do hold a lot of value for us to know what the market wants to do. So for somebody that did not know this yet, fair value gap holds its value until it is completely filled up. So even when it gets tapped, or just a wick, if it's not filled up completely, it still holds some value. You will see this multiple times. Then it gets tapped, especially if it's never tapped halfway. If it's tapped halfway, the value decreases a lot. So now if we close here, then I want to see the next 5 minutes, how they create. If we have a fair value gap created out of those 5 minutes and we can retap it, I would love to add my contracts then here on this gap that we will creating after that. But will depend on the next 12 seconds how this one closes, of course. And this actually happened, like I said, so I wanted to see it go fast after the creation. If you want to go lower. Now there will be no fair value gap created out this next 5 minutes. So now we tapped it. I do prefer to see a fair value gap so that I can see if the reaction off of this is good, yes or no. Because we're still in the first 15 minutes of the opening range. It still can go out anyway. Hello. Hi, Amar. I'm very good. Thank you for asking. I was not watching the chat of YouTube at the moment. So the next 3 minutes will be important for us. So that is then the range of opening range of 9 o'clock of London itself. If London decides to go to the downside too, now we have a more probability, of course, to have a good trade. The documents I shown earlier, once they are completely finished, I will share them in the group. They will also be added into how to decrease contracts. So not only to add, but also where to decrease them. So we've been on stream for an hour and a quarter now, or an hour and 15 minutes. And there's actually not much movement, just a bit sideways. This fair value gap is still holding, so nothing to say that we are going up yet until this is breached. We're still holding this one. We will mark this out. So this is our orb range from London. If we breach it to the downside and this 5-minute closes, I will immediately enter my contracts. Then I'm quite sure that it will follow. If it decides to move up, yep, then we have a bit less probability that we will get to our TP. And here we can also see that the market is actually very undecided. We're just creating liquidity now. Like I promised, I will actually update every day my my funded and my normal contracts, so that you can see my evals, how they increase and how they change, and how my funded increase over time. This is one way for me to show you also that I can do it, because you can't see all my trades live yet here. And I want to show all of you that I can. That's the way that I can give you guys more trust in me. Because I'm quite sure that not everybody knows me yet. Yeah. So Bjorn's, so like I said, they are actually building up liquidity. So we can't do anything about this. We just need to be patient. Full TP is now at 22,863. What I would take previous day low as first point of interest that we could change down. If we are inside these kind of markets or these kind of conditions and just getting up and down, up and down, up and down, don't touch it. Just let your trade do its thing. We are now in an undecided market, so the market doesn't want to go up or down. So it just is undecided. That means it just goes from left to right, and then we just need to be patient. At some point, it will choose a side, and if it wants to go down, we're on the right side. If it goes up, we are not on the right side. So we, at this point, we cannot do anything but just be patient, because you don't want to be trading this. If you are trading this, I believe that you will need to be fast one that changes direction, and it's not easy to do this. Morning, Evan. London has a choppy. Does it expand most of the time of the year in your experience? Actually, London does expand a lot, but it needs to or continue the movement from Asia, or it sweeps Asia and then it continues to the other side. Because most of the time, London has a low of day or a high of day, in my experience. But for now, we can all be patient. If we get taken, it's less than a half hour, people, so it's okay. It's just a trade like another. If we do get stopped, I do want to prefer us to sweep the lows before we have a continuation up. If you're not in a trade, I would definitely not join it now. I would wait until we see a nice movement on one side or the other. That's one way to look at it. I actually don't try to let my brain predict why the market is shopping, yes or no. I just let it do its thing and see what we can follow. So I see it like water. We need to follow the wave of the market and join the stream. It's like the same of dancing. If you find the beat of the music and you can dance to it, you have a very nice rhythm. And if you go outside that beat tone or outside of the music sounds, it looks a little bit strange if people dance like that. So it's the same with trading. So you can follow the stream of the market. If you go against it, it's not always easy. Oh, and if you're still in the stream and you're from London, do you think we can book a hotel directly when I'm there? Or do I need to book it before? It looks like he's not here anymore. Zit ik in uw groep? Ik heb niet veel gedaan. Ik heb je groep naar beneden gaan. Wat? Mijn naam? Ik zie het. Maar het is... Oh ja, spreek je niet. Ah ja. Doen het dan straks, Aljana, want zo van ver kan ik dan niet zien, zo van hier. Want dat kan ik niet zien, hè. Dat is scherm, dat zie ik niet van hier, hè. Oh ja. Oh, maar Mike was still on. Yeah, sorry guys. Sometimes I don't remember to put my mic off when I'm speaking here to my kid. I know, Jürgen, you understand this. Thank you for the advice. I actually would have just taken the hotel closest to where we are at that point. So I have no idea where the food is and where we actually go. Everything is preset and booked already. So Owen arranged everything. So that's great for him. He's a very great accountable person that he does everything like he tells he will do. So everything is already arranged. But the hotels and something like that, I think I'll just take it where I'm close to at that point. The only thing is it's holidays now, so would be maybe a little bit more crowdy than it used to. Thank you for the advice. Does retracement like this hurt the real-time trailing DD? But this is not actually the big retracement. This is like 20 points. We're inside with what you can see. We're inside with one contract, so you cannot actually have that much of a drawdown. Only if your current balance is at your all-time high, otherwise price doesn't trail. Well, thank you, Nix. I saw your video on prop firms, Nix. Nicely explained. I believe a lot of people will have good value of that one. I used to never work with daily drawdown or what was trailing drawdown. TopStep doesn't have that, so I will see in time what it does here. Yeah, dude, but we just hold on and do nothing. That's the only thing that we can do here. We're in it, so we need to say that out. To anybody that's in this trade still and just did nothing and just held like I did by just sitting here, congratulations yourself, because this is something you actually don't want to be part of. Like I said, it was creating liquidity on both sides now. So, or we will be the liquidity, or it will first run to our TP and then take out the rest. We just need to be patient here. At this point, I cannot predict which side it will go first. We're just following our plan, our rules that we set up for this trade, and that's it. For the rest, we let the market do its thing. So Lianea, I would suggest in chat you saw Nix's post. I would suggest that you watch that one time, his video. It will definitely help you understand trailing daily drawdown. It will explain you and let you understand it better. But only with like $62 here, this actually won't do that much, I believe. And here we can't do anything, so we're just still sitting sideways. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. I'm back and it looks like we're still on the same price level. If we watch and we can put like our range a little bit bigger, so we can see here that we actually now swept some part of liquidity here.
It's only for now.
تنهد So 15 minutes looks sideways, 5 minutes hourly. So all we can do is be patient. Now it's up to the market. Actually, I have no idea what to do now. I keep my first idea still intact that we will sweep previous day low. So that's exactly here. So a little bit below it would be great. Then we are actually in that 1 hour for value gap. And in a lower one that's not been tapped yet. So we still have a 15-minute for value gap right here. Inside or just beneath that previous day low. So it would be great to see this tapped and then see a reaction off of this back to the highs. Cool. Yes, I will. Yep. So for Mescalito FX, I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm actually trading a plan. So if you're new to this, I'll share you it for a second. Minute, I'll take it. So the reason why I took this trade is actually because I trade this. So I'm very mechanical to my trading, actually. I do take ILMs if it's if I get the opportunity, but I prefer to trade this orb or pre-orb. Actually, it makes me every month at least 10 hour or more. So I'm very happy with this trading strategy that it can provide at least for my incomes. And this is what I actually take in these streams here in the morning session. And if I have some time left, I actually also help you with your mindset a bit while I'm here. I try to let you see what I see in markets. I believe Nix's bootcamp will start today or next week. Enjoy it if you're in it. And listen to mentors. They help. I'm telling this out of experience. I used to have also one before here, and I did not always listen. And then the question came up for myself: why do I pay for something that I don't even listen to? So I would have been very useless. So the only thing I can tell you is, if you are paying for something and you want to increase your chance to evolve as a trader, just listen to the info they give. It holds a lot of value. So we're all trading here together to make money at the end. That's the only reason why we actually trade, and to have freedom. But you have to have a plan and a set of rules to follow, and you have to follow them every time. No exceptions. So we're almost 2 hours now in stream. In about 20 minutes, I will close off the stream and just let it trade to its thing. Because if we keep seeing the sideways movement, I would definitely not re-enter. I want to see an expansion. So market from 9 o'clock from London is already open 40 minutes, and we did not even breach the orb to the downside nor the upside. So it's better than to stay off of London until we have the afternoon session. We're the lucky ones that can trade both sessions here, so it's not needed to be profitable at all.
Heb je een idee dat die man is?
Wie?
Nee?
Hmm.
Ja, anders kan ik dat gewoon opzoeken.
Oh ja, dat is ook een die nog met dingen speelde ook. So the humans that are on YouTube, we're hit about an hour and a half now online streaming. Not much has happened today, but you can learn to be patient here too. So this is a great thing that you have learned today. If you didn't do anything yet, just hold on and be patient. I do believe it was a great setup for us that we decreased the contract at least. If I did not had to keep my stops and my profits where they were, I probably would already close the trade once we got close to our entry. I just had patience until we had a breach to one of the sides. So in about 17 minutes, we actually have our next hour that will close. So if anybody has a question for me, now would be a great time to ask what I'm still having patience, what the trade will do. I will take my logging at the time. In the meantime, so we entered the trade at 8. Sorry, at 11 and a quarter. I'm trading pre-orb. So I'm trading 1 hour before opening of London. We're still in the opening of London's orb. So we're still actually the blue orb range. So this blue box is actually or the orb range of the opening. So that would be, if we take my time zone, so that would be 8, so 9 to 9:15. So this actually is the range. And mine is pre-orb, so that's an hour early. So this is actually the orange box that you see here. Maybe I'll make it a bit bigger. So this is actually pre-orb. But for now, the market is just chilling. So if you already know how candles produce itself and you're inside of such a trade, you can also do something different except of watching the charts. It's a good way to learn to let go of your trades and just go finish one of your things that you may do for the day. Or read a book while you're sitting behind the charts. It helps your mind to get distracted off the chart for a second. Gaan we nog in? It's also a good time to read over your rules if you're a trader and you did not read that yet. They should always be at the side of yourself at the beginning, that you actually know them out of your head. Read them for at least 90 days in a row, every day, one time before trading, and once after your trading. Reason why is after also is that you can see yourself kept one of the promises. If you did not, write down why, so you learn from yourself. Who's still in this trade and did not do anything? I still held it like I'm doing here on stream now. One contract decrease, and for the rest now just sit here. It's important for yourself to be able to do this. Because if I speak out of experience, I was not always able to do this before. Now I can, because actually my mind is so quiet at this point, it doesn't even tell me anything. It just says, be patient. Ik had dat nog niet zien. Ziet dat hier ook nou? I will end the stream in about 10 minutes from now. So if we do close below here, I would definitely want to add again. Then I would move my TP actually to or the upper part of this 1 hour or this 15-minute for value gap or previous day low. I will actually not take another trade after this one, just because of how the market is now reacting. I do want to see clear movement in one side of direction before I ever would take another trade. If you ever have this kind of PA and you try to read the market, it's actually almost impossible to read this. Then I can just suggest to make some kind of box or square around it and then wait until it breaches to one of the sides. So I would add here, first of all, and I would add another extra 2 contracts. So I would add the same amount that actually I added the first time. I never go above my own starting adding. So if I start with 2 contracts, I can only add an extra 2 contracts. If I start with 1 hour, I can add a full hour again here. The reason why is actually we came into a 15-minute fair value gap here. And we're still now trading in that 15-minute fair value gap. If we have a breach under this wick, that means actually that we have a continuation of this movement and that this 15-minute fair value gap here held and is still strong enough to push the market lower. Because we are actually at the stop or at the protected high of that 15-minute fair value gap. If this candle closes above here, that means actually that this fair value gap had held no value and that we should not continue any lower at that point. If we do close below here, I would add 2 more, and then I'm more quite sure that we will hit previous day low. But it's up to the market to decide which side we go. There are 2 ways that you can add actually. Oh, were you here already when I shown this in the morning session? Nea. If you weren't, let me go over it one more time. So you have 2 ways to add. First of all, you can add when the market goes up to the fair value gap, add directly, put your stop at the same height, and then see the market move with the stream, or you can wait until the market actually shows you that we go lower and then add to the trade. So you have 2 ways when you can add. You can add when you get into a fair value gap and then put your stop again at the same high. And then you can only add the half of the first added. So say that you added at the beginning a full R and you came into this 5 or 15 minutes for value gap. So you came in to say that you came into this 5-minute for value gap here. Right here. And you wanted to add to this trade. So we were already down. We came here, we added 2 contracts. You can only add 1 contract and up here. If you added 4 here, you can add 2. If you added a full R, you can add a half R from here to here. So you can then measure this distance and add a half R to this trade. So 8 points, that means $16, $17 per contract. To go to a half R, that means you can add an extra 5 contracts. Even if you only added 2 here, you need to watch how many points. If this was a full R, you can just decrease the amount of money that you would save and then add to it. The reason why you can add so much more here is because our entry is, of course, much higher in this trade than it's down here. So say that you were only giving a half R here, you can only add 1/4 of an R on this distance. And the second way to add to the trade is once you get beneath after tapping this and once you get under the last part that we switched. What switching and actually means, so we took liquidity and here we saw a change in delivery, but we came up to that fair value gap. Once we get beneath those candle, that means that we actually have a continuation lower. This is more secure. This is more a bit riskier, but a higher R collection, of course. Because instead of your entry being here, if you would add an extra 5 contracts up here for a half R, I believe your entry would be here somewhere around the center of the orb. 4 more minutes until this hourly is closed. And I don't see the market doing anything. I'll probably be not behind the screen, so I probably will not be able to add if I'm not behind the screens anymore. I would take first TP definitely at 22,881 and full TP maybe at the center or at the middle of this 15-minute for value gap. So if you did nothing in this last 2 hours and you just held the trade, congratulations. You're getting a hang of it, of trading. Being patient is so important. Even if I get off the stream now, also, it's important to keep the same mindset. Did you understand why I would add and why now? It's important. I will go over it in the next few streams until I have the chance to show you in live how to add. So if nobody has any questions more, I will end the stream for today. It is what it is. So we let the trade open. You will see me put it in Rising Star once we get there. How do I deal with the not winning streak? Keep following my plan. So at the beginning, it will feel like every trade connects to each other, but actually it's not. So actually every trade is like a new day that starts. It has a new beginning, it has a new ending. So you can not compare every trade with each other. So if you are not in a winning comprehending for a few days, you have to recognize that every trade is a new trade. You have to recognize that every day is a new day. So they don't line up with each other. They actually do different things every time. One of the best persons that actually does this is Tiger Woods. He's a golfer, and actually his mindset is so accurate. If he does not make a good putt or not a good goal, the next shot will be completely like he started the first time. So he adapted his brain to actually constantly take a trade like it's a new one without hesitating, so without overthinking it, without doing anything different. This is actually how you can overcome your not winning streaks. If you have this and you still don't feel like you're 100% sure, I hardly suggest that you actually take a one contract every time until you get over the feeling. And no matter what, always enter the trades when you see them. Always. Never hesitate, just enter it with a one contract and see what happens. Put your stop at the stops and put your TP where your normal TP should be. And you will see after 3-4 times you did not have it correctly. The fifth time it will, and it will actually almost completely give back everything that you gave to the market the first 4 trades. We cannot predict what the market will do all the time. We can predict it for a short amount of time or sometimes, but know that not one strategy has 100% win rate. Most of the strategy just have like 50-60% win rate, and that's already a lot. So if we have like 50-60% win rate, that means that we have a profitable strategy. We only need to keep implementing what we always know. That's all. And how do I also reduce my risk is by decreasing my contracts. So you can see we're only in with one contract left. So if this trade does not go correctly, we gave 0.5 R. So if you watch my journal, you will see that my not winning trades are way less big than my winning trades. And this also keeps my mind steady. But the only thing that you can overcome it, the best thing to come overcome it is by recognizing that you are creating that feeling and just ignore it. Knowing that it's there is good. And then also knowing how to ignore it is even better. But it's not easy in the beginning to learn it. But once you get used to it, you just master it and just let go of every trade. This is why I constantly implement this trade strategy live with you so that you actually can see me constantly doing the same thing over and over and over and over again without hesitation, without just doing it. I know this strategy at least gives me 10 hours a month, at least. So the only thing that I can do is implement the strategy. Oh yeah, an average 10 hour a month. So there will be 1 month that we get 20, 30 hour. There will be a month that we almost get no hours too. So it's on average. But every month, what I tested is profitable. The lowest month was, I believe, 1.2 hours, something like that. And the biggest month was 20, 25, 30 hours, something like that. So they do different a little bit, but just remembering that you created the strategy that you're using and you have to implement it no matter what. Oh, I hope this helped a bit. Royal Diamond, I am on the trade. Can you not see the stream or does nobody shares? If you can't see the stream, Royal Diamond, I'll share you my screen for a second. I would actually not enter this trade at this point. We're just moving sideways. So if you're not in it, I would actually not enter it. If you go up, I'm streaming it live. So if you go a little bit higher on the chat, I'm also streaming it on my channel. If you can't see it anymore, I asked Owen if he can move me up to the stage. So the more people that ask it. How did I find this setup? Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, through meditation. I was meditating and I got this setup through meditation. And then I started testing it, if it was valuable, if it made any sense at all, and how much it would deliver. And with a $200 stop, taking all the trades except of Christmas period, so 2 week, I didn't take it in December because I'm actually myself on holiday then. So except of that, I took them all, and it gave me $32,000 in profit for only a 1 hour risk management constantly. So if you increase in time your R profitability, you would get a lot more, of course. If you can get this out of one strategy with one with one with one funded. So know that you can get a lot of fundeds out of those. So say that you get one funded and that you can make it that it's 32,000 per funded, x say 5. That means that you make 160,000 in a year. I find that a very great, good, profitable strategy. And you can get a lot more than 5 fundeds. And it also depends on how big your R is. So 1 R is here 200. So say that you have an R of 500, that means that you make at least 2.5 times that amount. So if you have a $500 R, that means that you make 80,000 a year based. So you can do the math yourself from there off. Now this actually came close to our stop. I actually was talking, did not even see it. So I think this came about 2 points from our stop. And here, London actually would have not worked. So we had London Orb, we had a small breach here, and it immediately closed back to the lows. So London Orb would have not have worked today. So Royal Diamond, the reason why I said I would not take this trade, because you can see, if you can see my screen, we have a PA at this point that we are just moving from left to right. So it's not much used to get in this. We're in it, so we need to sit it out. But if you're not in it, I would be patient until NY session. Oh, I believe this human is speaking now. I was at 10 o'clock, I believed. Yeah. Anybody know this? Nigel, the ECB's Nigel speaks? I have no idea who this is. China repeats there are no winners in a war, tariff war. So now the good thing about this is that we did sweep liquidity from the upper part. We're still safe, so actually this protected 5 minute for value gap with our stop here is still valid, so we're still in this one. Now if we do sweep the lower part, now we make the equal lows, I believe, 22, 695, 22, 7, so we still have a little bit more left. So we did not sweep this candle yet. So I believe in the next 5 to 7 minutes we will be shown its hand which side it wants to go. But I will not be on stream anymore, so I will share it in Rising Star where will we go to. So I'll be ending the stream 10 minutes above my normal activity for 2 hours. If you were in here, congratulations for holding and being calm. I will see you all back tomorrow, of course, same time, same place. Yeah, I would wait too, Royal. Anytime. Hope you had some value today. And we'll see you all back tomorrow, of course. Enjoy. Have a great day. I'll see you back. If we close below and then if there's a nice candle, I will add, of course. I want to see it go completely to the lows now from here off. Wish you all a nice trading day.